Hi, what up, Who That Nation? Welcome to No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Molly G, and the Saints fall to Buccaneers 51-27. This has probably been one of the most craziest games I've seen in a very, very long time. I mean, with the flags, with the hot start from the Bucs, with the comeback from the Saints, then the Bucs get back hot. I'm talking about momentum shifting all throughout this game. Tensions are flaring up all throughout the games. Costly flags, uh, drive killing flags, momentum killing flags. I mean, just undisciplined on both sides of the ball, on both teams. And I think the Buccaneers was coming into this game as one of the least penalized teams in the league. And today, boy, they just I don't know what it was about the Saints. They just blew their head gasket, but boy, the Saints had them dudes mad, bro. So many game back breaking drives was killed on both teams when it comes to these flags. It seemed like every other player was a flag, but the Saints fall to the Buccaneers. They come away with the win late in the game. They start to get their act together. They start sending exotic blitzes to Spence Rattler. Spence Rattler wasn't knowing where the blitz was coming from. They was doing a very good job at disguising. I think that Ty Bowles came out in the second half and just, played a lot more disguising of his blitz and, just having a certain zone he was playing. Because at first, Spence Rattler was just eating them up when it came to the middle of the field. Like the tight ends was eating. Foster Monroe, Dalla Hokel was wide open. Spencer missed him on that one. You had Jawan Johnson making catches. Like they was just going at him with the crossing routes. And I think that was the game plan for Clint Kubiak all along, just to make things easier for Spence Rattler. Start doing play action. Start doing bootleg rollouts. Just getting the pockets moving. And the offensive line, they didn't play that bad this game to me. Given the circumstances, they didn't play that bad. I think Clint Kubiak did a good job, with giving some blocking protections for the Bucs. The Bucs, they didn't really register a second to the second half. So I thought they played well. Spence Rattler, of course, he's a rookie, so he was making some mistakes. He was missing a few open guys, holding on to the ball a little bit too long. He had one pick where it was definitely his fault, just kind of threw it right to the guy on the sideline towards the end of the game. He was missing Rashid Shaheed downfield. When Carr was throwing to Rashid Shaheed, Carr was just launching that thing up out there, and they got more of a chemistry with Spence Rattler. He ain't really been practicing with Shaheed. Like when Spence Rattler was practicing, Shaheed had came into practice late. I think he practiced with him like maybe that one day. Like it was Shaheed and Alvin Kamara. They came and practiced with him like that last day of practice. But for the most part, I think naturally Spence Rattler just got that chemistry with Bub Means, because when they practice together, that's who they practicing with. They practicing with the twos or the threes or whatnot. So, you seen that chemistry early on in the game. And then I don't know. I think Spence Rattler just could have been heaving it out further to Shaheed to make Shaheed go get it. Like chemistry or not, if he going on a streaking route, launch that thing up out there, man. Launch that thing up out there as far as you can. She got the speed to go get it. But other than that, man, this was a crazy game, bro. The defense, they got 3 turnovers on Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield came into this game with one of the best passer ratings in the league. Threw over 10 touchdowns, only threw like 10 picks, I believe. Only threw like 2 picks, I believe, come into this game. 3 picks today. And the Saints had got a special teams touchdown. So, what more can you ask for if you the coaches? Like, if the defense giving you 3 takeaways, they're giving you a special teams touchdown, you got to take that and run with it. 27 points in the second quarter, which was the only time they scored the whole game. Like, I don't know what it was that second quarter, but they turned it on. But, man, they just further my beliefs that Dennis Allen is not the guy, bro. Like, yeah, you getting turnovers. These turnovers cute, but it's not going to matter if they still going down the field, it's scoring. It's not going to matter if the running backs are rushing for damn near 100 yards apiece. They got Rashad White. He was out the game. They got Bucky Irvin. Everybody knows he's a playmaker. There's no secret now. And then they got a whole another guy, a third guy named Tucker. Tucker was making plays all day. All day he was making plays, bro. So Dennis Allen was just getting gashed. That defense was getting gashed. I keep telling y'all time and time again, the defense is good, but it's not elite. They only elite in circumstances. Like if they got the lead and they could just pin their ears back and just go rush the passer and you feed into what they good at, which is they have a good secondary, they're good. But other than that, it's hard for them to stop the run when they play against good running back. It's hard for them to stop tight ends when they play against good tight ends. It's hard for them to stop the mobile quarterback. Even if the mobile quarterback don't rush for a lot of good yardage, he's going to throw for good yardage. We played Jalen Hurts. He didn't rush for much, but he still threw for over 300. Played Patrick Mahomes. He didn't rush for much, but he was extending the drives, getting good first downs. But he still threw for 300. And just playing good teams with good quarterbacks, even if they're a mobile quarterback or not. Like Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford not mobile, but Matthew Stafford give a Dennis Allen defense problems. We ain't been good at stopping the run since Malcolm Brown. I can't keep stressing this enough. That's why I keep telling y'all keep saying, I don't want to lose Dennis Allen because if we lose Dennis Allen, we could possibly lose the defense. Man, this defense got talent. Another defensive coordinator could come up in here and get these guys playing just as good as Dennis Allen, if not better. Maybe the next guy don't have problems with the running back and the tight ends and mobile quarterbacks and all this. Going into this game, they was having pretty good success with the red zone. When it comes to the red zone today, they was, I think the Bucs was, pretty much won that battle in the red zone. But yeah, man, like Dennis Allen just not the guy, bro. And that game right here was a costly loss. And it's like if you lose to the Bucs, the season could be over. Like even if the Bucs are AFC team, I mean not the Bucs. If you lose to the Broncos, the season might be over. You lost 5 in a row. That's just devastating to a locker room. Like Spence Rattler, he played well, and that's something you could look forward to within the future. But you can't be losing 4-5 games in a row, man. You just can't. If you want to be a good team and win a division, you can't give up 4-5 games in a row. And the Broncos have a better defense than the Bucs. And now Sean Payton has film on Clint Kubiak and what he's doing with Spencer Rattler. I know Derek Carr was looking at that second half like, oh, shit, boy, I'm in jeopardy of my job. But that third and fourth quarter, he was like, oh, okay, I can kind of calm down now. But, yeah, man, Clint Kubiak, I think he called an okay game. Chris Olave, he left the game early. He had a concussion. I said before the season started, I believe Chris Olave should be wearing one of those protective helmets with the little covering on top because he already sustained like 2 or 3 concussions already in his young career. This like his 3rd or 4th one. Like at some point, I think he's going to have to just go ahead on and start wearing that cover helmet. Like, yes, it probably don't help a whole lot compared to not having it, but any help is better than nothing, Let's get into some stats. You got Baker Mayfield. He went 24 for 36, 328 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. Pretty solid day as far as, getting the ball in the end zone, but them 3 picks, that was kind of bad. And think about this. These 3 picks, some was batted balls. When the Saints had batted balls, with other teams, it was called a gift and it was called fluke. And when we was getting, special teams touchdowns scored on us, it was called a gift and fluke. But when we got it today, I ain't seen nobody say it was a gift or a fluke. That's all I'm saying. You can't be hypocritical. You can't be hypocritical. When something good go for us, the team made a play. When something good go for bad for us, it's fluke. Y'all can't keep doing that, bro. Stop doing that. Stop, please. They came down from 17-0 today, took the lead. But when we was down 17-0 and y'all just claimed that was the game that made us lose from being going to the playoffs at the Green Bay, y'all can't be one way and then switch ways the other way. Like Spence Rattler fought through this adversity and he made plays. Granted, he had help from the defense, 3 turnovers and a special team play. But this is a team sport. It's a team sport. Everybody want to pitch in. Every unit want to make up for the lack of another unit that's kind of hurt. Same way when the defense was playing lights out when Teddy Bridgewater came in them 5 games. When Drew Brees went down. They got Tucker. He ran for 136 yards, averaged 9.7 yards a carry and a touchdown. Bucky Irvin, he ran for 81 yards, averaged 5.1 yards a pop and a touchdown. Both of them ran for 14 carries apiece. That right there, you can't be an elite defense talking. You can't be saying you're an elite defense giving up stuff like that. Chris Godwin, 11 receptions, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chris Godwin was breaking all type of tackles. That's another thing about this defense. When it comes to tackling, too many teams are getting yards after the catch on this defense. Too many teams are getting yards after the catch on this defense. They got to start wrapping up tackling, bro. They got to go back to the fundamentals. And once again, y'all want to keep Dennis Allen after we giving up all this type of stuff? Really? Really? I can't see how y'all can defend this dude, bro. This is irrefutable. Mike Evans, he basically was a non-factor. Two receptions for 34 yards. As far as the Saints offense goes, let's look at the offense. Spence Rattler was 22 for 40, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That's way too many times throwing the ball for Spence Rattler. But they couldn't get the run game going. Alvin Kamara, he ran the ball 13 times for 40 yards, 1 touchdown. And Alvin Kamara was just looking so disinterested this game, man. Even when we was kind of making plays up, you know, when we had put up 27 in the second quarter, he just kind of so disinterested. Like, you know, when you making rallies and all that, you want to, like, when I'm looking at the game, I want to see body language. I want to see guys on the sideline, players huddled up and just telling everybody, man, we can't be letting up. We got them what we want them right now. Don't give up nothing dumb. Don't give up nothing deep. You know, I want to see stuff like that. Damn, boy. And look at this. Receiving yards, Foster Monroe led the team in receiving yards with 54, and he only had 2 catches. Jawan Johnson was after him, 48 yards with 3 catches. Bub Means, 45 yards, 5 catches. Cedric Wilson, 2 catches for 28 yards. Rashid Shaheed only caught 1 pass for 11 yards, and I believe that was like a screen. So that was like a screen or like a little quick rollout. And once again, you know, Olave, he got out the game early with the concussion. So, yeah, man, when it comes to Clint Kubiak, maybe he could take some Hill next game. Maybe he could make some stuff happen with him and help out Spence Rattler. But like I said, man, you can't just depend on a Taysom Hill. No other team in the league even got a Taysom Hill. So if you need to depend on this and other teams ain't even got that and they're doing just fine, or they doing well enough, that says a lot, bro. And maybe Chris Olave was a big, heavy part of this game plan, but we're going to see. Paulson Adebo, he had a pick today. Paulson Adebo is looking like he's on pace for about 10 picks and 100 flags. But, yeah, man, he had a pick today. Marshawn Lattimore, he had a pretty solid day. Alante Taylor, he had a pretty solid day. I think what his name is, Honey Badger, I think he got out the game early due to some type of injury. Man, a lot of these guys, they're getting up older in age, and they just not being able to withstand injuries, bro. Like, I just think a lot of the guys that we depending on, they're not answering the bell right now, you know, and some of it's due to injuries and some of it's due to losing a step. We're depending on Tyrann Mathieu. Yeah, he got some turnovers, but he gave up his fair share of plays. And he's been out with injuries, you know, in and out lineups. DeMario Davis, he's not looking like the same Mario Davis of old. You know, he's lost a step, I feel. Cam Jordan just washed. I mean, it is what it is. He got the pick today, but Cam Jordan is washed. Nice play he made. What else? Taysom Hill. There's only so much bumps and bruises he could take on his body. Chase Young, everybody's still waiting on that breakout game for Chase Young. Maybe he get it against Bo Nix. I do believe the Saints will win that game against the Broncos. Like, I just feel like they back's going to be so much against the wall. And the fact that it's Sean Payton, that competitive level. Like, I feel like a lot of these veterans, they're going to have a good game that game. Like you might see a sack from Sean. You might see a sack from Cam Jordan that game. You might see a good 10 tackles from Demario Davis. You know, Taysom Hill, he might be playing that game, and I'm pretty sure he's going to come up in there trying to do some damage. Like, it's just a competitive nature going against the old coach and, you know, showing them like, yeah, coach, we still got it. And on top of that, I just feel like they offense just ain't got enough. They offense just ain't got enough for the Saints. But if Sean Payton just scheme up some stuff, who knows what can happen? I've seen Sean Payton go out there with Jameis Winston and Marquez Callaway and Deontay Hardy and go win the game. Like, I've seen it. So, you know, who knows what Sean Payton. And like I say, he got film on them. You know, well, Vance Joseph got film on Spence Rattler now, and Sean Payton got film on Dennis Allen defense, which I feel like Sean Payton don't need film on Dennis Allen defense. He knows Dennis Allen defense. And you can say the same thing with Dennis Allen. He knows Sean Payton offense. So that's going to be a good chess match right there. I mean, that pretty much covered everything. I mean, when it comes to the defense was really supposed to step up this game. 51 points. 51 points. After getting 3 turnovers and a special team touchdown. That's crazy, bro. Like, this is one of the wildest games I've seen in a long time. Like, 27 points in one quarter. Like, who would have thought that? Like, nobody's seen all this coming. But nonetheless, the Saints lost. They're 2-4. They lost 2 games in the division. They lost to the Bucs and they lost to the Falcons. That'll be critical, you know. And I won't be surprised if the Bucs or the Falcons possibly sweep the Saints. You know, a lot of people are looking over this game with the Panthers. If Andy Dalton is starting versus the Panthers and Derek Carr not back, or even if Derek Carr do start, you know, it ain't gonna be just a cakewalk, I believe. But the Panthers do suck. But you know, I don't think it's just gonna be a cakewalk probably. Because Chuba Hubbard is toting that rock. I mean, I covered pretty much everything. It would have been interesting to see if Spence Rattler won this game. Had a 1-0 career start, go beat the Broncos, 2-0 career start, then Derek Carr come back, and Derek Carr possibly lose. Then it'd be a real quarterback controversy, maybe a divide in the locker room. But Dennis Allen decision to go put Derek Carr back in the game and messing up the momentum could have possibly caused him to lose the locker room. And who's to say he hasn't lost the locker room yet? This 4 games in a row. People get tired of losing. Bro. But one good thing I would like to say, we got a good punter. This kid, I think his name is A-Ball or whatever. I always pronounce his name wrong, but he could punt the ball. He could tote that ball. Like, that gives the defense so much good field position, you know, compared to what we have with Lou Hetley. Blake Groupie, I'm still not sold on him being a kicker. But other than that, they do have a good punter. And Spence Rattler, you've seen, you know, him extend drives. You've seen, to say this is his first start, you've seen him make some plays, you know. And to me, I think he's due for a bright future. Somebody said, we congratulations, we got our own Desmond Ridder. Well, I don't think he's Desmond Ridder. I think he's more, if he can hit his ceiling, he's Jordan Love. And I've been saying that since before this game. But he definitely got to get better when it comes to them deep shots. Just push the ball all the way out there, Rattler. You got the arm talent. I don't know what was up with that. But, yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. Trevor Penning, I got to go look back and look at the film when it comes to Saints content creators who break the film down. But I think Trevor Penning played pretty decent, but I got to go back and look, bro. The offensive line as a whole, I don't think they just played that bad. The second half, I really feel like Spence Rattler was kind of missing some guys open, you know, scrambling, just getting tackled. And what's up with Clint Kubiak going for it on 3rd down and 3 running the ball? Like, pass the ball. If Spencer is hot and he's extending the drive and he's hitting guys in the middle of the field, if it's 3rd and 3, don't run the ball. He did that 2 times, and that caused the Saints to have to kick 2 field goals. You know? Like, I don't know what's up with Clint Kubiak when it comes to that. Maybe he's thinking about catching the team off guard. But, man, if a guy is hot, stay with the hot hand. That's just how I feel. But Saints lose 27-51. I'm gonna definitely go live tonight, hear you guys' thoughts, but I just wanted to make a little quick video, come in and come out and share my little immediate thoughts on the game right now. Hopefully this could lead to Dennis Allen get fired. And even if Dennis Allen does get another year, hopefully that for sure be certain that will be his last year. Like if he don't really prove a significant change, and I ain't just talking about making the playoffs, you don't prove a significant change, then you're just not the guy. You can't just expect everything to go perfect for you all the way through a season. That's not how football works. You're gonna have to fight through some adversity and get wins. No matter how you get the win, get the win. I can't stand when people say, oh, they only won that game because of their defense. The offense ain't do nothing. They won the game. I ain't with the coulda, woulda, shoulda, if records. I'm with what happened. Win or loss. Did you win? Did you lose? Did you get it done? This is the team game. I'm not saying if a defense could win the game for you, will it be sustainable? But what I am saying is they did what they had to do to win the game that week, even if special teams got to pitch in. You know, and if you can't go out there and win the game, then you're just not the guy. They had a lot of penalties this game. That shows a lot of lack of discipline. You know, you got an undisciplined team. Undisciplined when it comes to tackles, the fundamentals. You know, so that's just all I got to say, man. I'm going to go ahead on and go live tonight when I get off from work. I'll go live around 11:30. Let you guys chime in on what y'all think about today's game, man.